Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please tell a friend about my program. Got my whiskey poured up. Got my joint lit. It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles, California, and I hope it's beautiful wherever you are tuning in from right now. Time to vibe, ladies and gentlemen. On this episode, we're going to talk about Be Brazy, arguably the dopest blood rapper in hip-hop history. Bruce Anthony Parrish Jr. was born on December 12th, 1974, and was killed on May 9th, 2003. He was better known by his stage name Be Brazy. He was a talented rapper from Los Angeles, California, and he was also a member of the Denver Lane Bloods. In my opinion, if Be Brazy weren't killed so early in his career, he would have went on to be the biggest blood rapper in hip-hop history. The blood version of Snoop Dogg, if you will. His talent was second to none. The world was first introduced to Be Brazy on a song off the Bangin' on Wax 2, The Saga Continues album. In the song, Send That Off to Die, we are treated to a very distinct voice. A voice like one we've never heard before. The voice of Be Brazy, the greatest blood rapper that never was. Now, the next installment of the Bangin' on Wax series was called Damu Riders. Damu Riders was released in September 1995, and Be Brazy is the first voice we hear on the album. Now, this particular album was my personal favorite in the Bangin' on Wax series. He's featured on 11 of the 13 songs on the album. This was a solid project. I mean, it had great production, nice lyrics. Most would say that Be Brazy was, in fact, the standout lyricist on that album, though. Now, I've done a couple of videos on Be Brazy in the past, but today on Dusty Vision Radio, I want to share some of his music with you. Let's take a trip down memory lane and get to know Be Brazy through his music. Let's start off with a song called Westside YGs. This is Be Brazy. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please tell a friend about my program. Now, I've always been a big hip-hop nerd, especially West Coast hip-hop, even more specifically gangster rap. I mean, the first album I ever fell in love with was NWA and the Posse. I gotta light my J for this one while I tell this story. NWA and the Posse, they made me fall in love with hip-hop, rap music. I was living in Bell Gardens, California, late 80s. And my homeboy, Ruben Jimenez, I'll always remember him. We're Facebook friends to this day on Facebook. Dude, let me hear this album. And when I heard Eazy-E's voice, that squeak, I had heard hip-hop, obviously. You know, I was probably like 10 at the time, maybe 11. It had to be about 10 or 11. But I had heard hip-hop at the time. But it was the hip hop, the hip to the hip of the hip hip, hop you don't stop, and you know, fat boys, shit like that. But these guys were talking about stuff that I saw when I walked outside of my apartment. NWA definitely made me fall in love with hip hop. Shout out to my homeboy Ruben. Shout out to my other homeboy Ramiro. I grew up in a Hispanic neighborhood, so all my neighbors were Hispanic, and they were the ones that were giving me this music. First time I ever heard anyone tell me what NWA stood for, it was a Mexican dude. He was like, niggas with attitude. I was like, oh, okay, for sure. But my homeboy Ramiro introduced me to Too Short. It was the white tape, 1988. It was the one that had Don't Fight the Feeling, cuss words. So you motherfuckers thought I was gonna change my style. So what are you saying, Todd? To all you bitches, hoes, and all that shit, here's another rap that I'm ready to spit. It goes like this. My name is Short. I'm tearing shit up like never before. Man, you guys are taking me back. Let me stop. Reel it back in, Dusty Vision. This is about Be Brazy tonight. One of the dopest rappers to meet an early demise, unfortunately. Let's get back into some Be Brazy music. This next song is titled This World We Live In. Be Brazy gets a little deep in this one. I fucked with Be Brazy heavy. I don't know, what do you think? Comment down below. Do you think Tupac and Be Brazy would have done a song together if Pac wouldn't have died so unexpectedly before Be Brazy did? Talk to me, because I feel like they were, I don't know, I feel like they would have been right up the same alley. It would have been a dope ass song. Also, comment down below, what other YouTube channels do you watch? What other podcasts do you listen to? I want to know. I want to know, you know, what you guys like out there as well. So please comment down below, what other YouTube channels do you watch? What other podcasts do you listen to? And more importantly, comment down below if you like Dusty Vision Radio. This little show right now is called Dusty Vision Radio. Once a week, I'm going to just bring you some music and I'm going to talk a little bit and we're going to vibe out. We're going to smoke, we're going to drink, and we're going to have a good time. But I got to know if this is something you want. So I need you to comment down below. Do you want me to continue doing this Dusty Vision Radio right here, where I just bring things from the past that interested me as a kid? Because I know that it was a lot of the Dusty Vision Radio. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know the drill. Let's talk about how monumental of an album Bangin' on Wax was. The whole Bangin' on Wax series, because Be Brazy wasn't in the first Bangin' on Wax, which is arguably the most popular one. Included Pyru Love, Steady Dippin', but such a monumental album. Take yourself back to 1994. Now, it was really going down in the streets. People think Los Angeles is bad now. Los Angeles is starting to creep back up to numbers reminiscent of the early 90s, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But back then, 1993, 94, it was really going down. Talk to anyone who was in the streets at that time, living that life. They will tell you it was a war zone. Even for a civilian like me, who just wanted to get to school on time without getting jumped by whatever neighborhood gang my mom decided to move me into. Like, whatever, you know, it was what it was, but it was a very different time. It was a time when, I mean, there were gang members on every corner. You know, certain laws that pass now, so, you know, a lot of, you know, people can't hang out in one corner anymore. But think about when you're a kid, 7, 8 years old, walking to school, and you know, you go 4 blocks to school and there's 4 different gangs. Crips here, Longos here, you know. And this is everybody's story. This is a lot of people's story, you know. But Bangin' on Wax, the fact that they were all able to come together, even for that short period of time, to make something that we're still talking about 26, 27 years old. What are we on? I'm kind of bad with math, but we're still talking about this album to this day. And not only this album, this whole series of albums. Bangin' on Wax 2, The Saga Continues, was dope. And then, you know, they had Damu Riders. They had some good stuff. There was the Nationwide Rip Ride. That was a great song too. Like, this whole series was dope. But when I look back, there are a few artists that stood out to me the most from those series. One was Sin, because Sin had the mask and he had this voice that was just powerful, and you know that. Like, I always remember Bangin' on Wax, and I remember Freddy Krueger. Lil Hawk YG was so dope. Such a good MC. And I'll definitely be doing an episode on Lil Hawk YG in the future on Dusty Vision Radio. But also, the number one, when I think of the Bangin' on Wax series, I think of Be Brazy. Be Brazy would have been a superstar, man. Such a superstar. Yeah, man. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please tell a friend about Dusty Vision Radio. Let's play some more. On May 9th, 2003 at 11:50 p.m., Be Brazy was shot while in the Sandman Motel in Inglewood, California. He managed to make it outside, where he collapsed and went into cardiac arrest. He was unconscious when police and paramedics arrived, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. R.I.P. Be Brazy. May your music live on. Thank you for the contribution you made while you were here, for the short period of time that you were here. I encourage everybody to go on YouTube and check out Be Brazy's music, and if you could stream it anywhere, I encourage it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You were tuned in to Dusty Vision Radio. I appreciate each and every one of you. And like I always say, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And please tell a friend about my program. Dusty Vision Radio, I'll be doing this once a week, where I just bring you random shit that fascinated me as a kid, that I liked as a kid, even as an adult. And I'm going to bring it to you. And please remember to check out all of my interviews right here on Dusty Vision TV. I interview a lot of people with a lot of interesting stories that I believe can help you. Thank you so much. Dusty Vision Radio. I'm out.